Welcome back to the Ultimate 3ds Max course. This is our second lesson where we're gonna talk about how we create objects in 3ds Max. We have a panel on our right side of the program. Here we have a plus button. When we press it, this window opens where we have the list of objects we can create: box, cone, sphere, geosphere, cylinder, tube, torus, and etc. For example, I want to create box. I click the left button of the mouse on box. I press the left button again. I keep it pressed and choose how wide and how long I want my box to be. After I choose how long and wide I want it to be, I release the right button and choose how high I want it to be. So after we release the button, after choosing the width and length of the box, we are now choosing the height of the box. And after I choose the height again, I click the left button again. And now we have here our box. Let's press F4 to see the edges. In the object properties, which is here, right next to the plus button, we have our object properties button. We can choose the size of a box. For example, I want this box to be exactly 1 meter long, wide, and high. I can go to the parameters and write it myself. 1000 millimeters long, wide, and high. So by using parameters, we can choose exactly the size of an object we just created. We also, in the parameters, have the amount of segments: length segments, width segments, and height segments. The more segments we have, the more detailed models we can create. But also, the more segments we have, the more computer power it takes. So now let's go on to another object, which is sphere. Sphere is just sphere. We have radius, the amount of segments. So for example, if this object has only 4 segments, it looks like this, like a diamond. And the more segments it has, the rounder it gets. We also can turn this sphere into a chemisphere. For example, if we text 0.5 in this field, our sphere becomes hemisphere, which is exactly the half of a sphere, and it looks like this at the bottom. Cylinder is also a simple object. We have a radius, the height segments, cap segments, and sides of our cylinder. Tube is also another interesting object. We have 2 radiuses: first radius and second radius. Height again, and segments. Height segments, sides, and cap segments. Torus is also something that looks similar to tube but rounder. Pyramid, teapot, plane, and text. Those are the objects we have in 3ds Max. Those are our basic primitives. Mostly we will only use plane, box, and sometimes a sphere. That's it. Well, maybe there will be some cases where we need a cylinder or tube and etc., but mostly these 3 objects are usually enough. By the way, when you choose an object you want to create, and after you create it, you are still in creation mode. So when I click the left button, every time I start creating new boxes. To go out of the creating mode, I have to click the right button of the mouse. And this lesson's homework for you is to create something like this. You can create this model just by using tools I just showed in this video. Good luck.